So what do we do?
What's the deal?
Let's just show the deal, okay?
Yep.
Let's just show the deal. On the docket for today has something to do with these bad boys. These are wheel spacers.
Oh yeah, baby. What size is that? 25?
So these are
15s?
These are the 20, and then these are 25.
20 and 25.
So 25, I read that will give you no rubbing on the front.
Okay.
And then 20s will be on the back. And since the back track width is slightly wider than the front stock, it'll give a square setup.
Let's go.
But we don't need those until we install these. So these are, here, get a side.
Yeah.
These are, it's upside down, but Silver's Neomax Coilovers.
Yep.
If you're curious about getting these for your car, they're in the $1,300 to $1,400 range, brand new. I got these for, I think like $700 or $800 new off of Marketplace, still in box. But it's kind of like that mid-tier before you get into super performance coilovers and take a step up from like the super cheap coilovers. It's kind of that mid-tier coilover. So this is a front. They have adjustable camber plates that come with it. They have stiffener adjustments, and knock on wood, they should be a relatively easy install.
Definitely easier than mine, that's for sure. I mean, to be honest with you, the thing that I like about your setup is it comes with the top hats, everything's ready to go, and the camber plates are part of the top hat, which is, I mean, to me, that's really nice because you have to do no deconstruction on the strut whatsoever, no sketchy Widowmaker business. So,
all right, so what I'm doing right now and what I want to do before we get set is I want to set all of these to be even. I don't think I'm going to do the max height adjustment, but I want to make sure that I'm working on a level playing field so that when I drop the car after we install them, at the very least each side will be at the same height. So then we can adjust both at the same time instead of having to adjust them differently. So we're gonna get these all set up to all have a same gap between here. I'm gonna eyeball it and then I'll measure them with the tape measure to make sure that they're the same. So these are our two fronts, and then these are the two backs.
very nice. Okay, so I see with the back, yours is like pretty much almost the same setup as mine. Like,
yeah, they're going to
so
just bolt right in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so that the back should be still like really easy.
Theoretically, they should be easy. There's no, I looked up the tools you need, and the tools that you need are just standard millimeter. I think it's like
19.
It's a 16, a 12 or 14, and then a 19.
Yep.
So, and then we also have, we have our bag here with our instructions, and then we have our spanner wrenches to tighten the collars right here. So those are to tighten these down. There's a little Allen wrench in here, and then these will stick out of the trunk liner and attach to the top right here so that you can adjust them on the fly without having to take out your liner.
That's sick.
Yes.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I did not know they had that capability.
And then we also, with this set of coilovers, you get a new set of adjustable sway bar end links that you have to install.
Sick.
So these are brand new. I think that's it.
So all in all today, guys, this will be finished. Mark the words.
Mark
right,
our words.
Right?
So what I'm doing here as I'm adjusting these is I'm gonna set this collar, the top collar, up enough to keep the spring snug. Like I just want it to be a little bit snug so it's not sliding around. And then I'll adjust the height with the bottom. And if you guys aren't aware of how coilovers work, it's just like this is like a lock washer pretty much. This is like a standard nut. So you can see in there how much room you have to work with.
Yep.
And you'll take it to the height you want, and then you'll lock it in with this, which is where this tool comes in, because when you go to lock it in,
Get in there, groove.
That's why they give you 2. Then you just tighten it down and it locks in place.
Now, Evan's jacking it up by the rear diff. He's jacking his car right now. Evan, what are you doing to your car?
I'm jacking off my car.
You're doing what to your car? Sorry.
I'm jacking it off. I mean, up.
Oh, yep.
No, it's already on jack stands, but we're gonna
get that extra height.
Ease it up little by little. I don't think we need to be like high for this mod.
I think that's.
But.
All right. You want to check these jack stands? Because I'm sure that one's in the air now.
Yeah, it's just 2 clicks on the front. But like I said, for suspension, I don't think we need to be like way up there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think we're good with 2 clicks on this side. I should be at the same on this side. Yep, 2 clicks.
Perfect.
And then
so
I'm
we're
gonna put
level.
my safety pin in. Well, we're in the air, baby. We're in the air.
Step 1.
Step 1.
Just like last time. All right, yep. A little safety jack action. And
We'll probably end up having to steal the jack eventually.
Yeah, definitely. Always good to have as many safety supports as possible.
Yeah, and like I said, as we take the wheels off, we'll slide them under right here just in case the jack stands fell or something. You just want to make sure you're not under the car.
Yeah.
But we're up. Definitely. So whole car's in the air, and we're gonna start cranking these lugs off. World's ugliest lugs, by the way, so.
Yeah, just literally just
silver, boring.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get new ones. I was saying to Tyler, I think I'm going to rock these wheels for a little bit just because they're
look
sexy.
Nice.
I think they're, what are they? 8 inches wide, 215, 40, 18, Michelin Pilot Super Sports.
Super nice tires for
for
an out of the factory car. Like, this is really nice.
Tip that we did not follow is you should brake your lugs while the tires are on the ground.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're good.
That's why we're using the impacts. I feel like if we had a torque wrench, bro, or not a torque wrench, but a breaker bar, it definitely would spin the wheels.
So we will slide this under here for safety.
Perfect.
And now we have a workable surface. So
you can kind of explain.
Every bolt you see in here, you're just gonna want to take off, okay? You take it off, throw it away. You won't need it. No, I think, so we're gonna do a little bit of research. We'll probably look at one more video before we get cranking, but what we do first is get the sway bar end link off first, which we can detach it from both sides since we're gonna be replacing it. And then that'll let the suspension operate independently because the sway bar is right here. That goes to both sides. And when you have this end link engaged, it is going to operate tangentially with the other side. So when we take the sway bar end link off, it'll allow us to work on this freely.
Perfect.
So we'll do that first. There's gonna be this bolt, if you wanna come around to this side of me.
Sure.
There's gonna be a bolt right here. This is just to release this brake line, let it hang freely. We're gonna take these off, and then the top hats are gonna come off. Something to be mindful of, and something we fucked up on Tyler's car. Little lines like this. Yeah, and you guys will get that video soon, but little wires like this, your brake lines, most of your little components, you gotta be careful because as soon as these bolts come off, this entire hub is gonna wanna fall forward, which is gonna give us a little bit of clearance to get the coil out. But when this falls forward, it's gonna put tension on your line. So you just gotta be careful of that. And we're gonna use both of us for support, at least for the first one. And yeah, and we'll just see what we're looking at and see how we're doing.
It's definitely more straightforward than mine.
It'll definitely be more straightforward than yours.
That's what we're hoping. But.
So for the first one at least, we're probably not gonna record a whole lot. I've never done anything with this car actually, so I kind of want extra set of hands with Tyler, and then as we go throughout the car, we'll kind of fill you in on where we ran into problems, if we did, and let you know how it went. Hopefully, when we pick back up, we have a coilover in. Hopefully.
104. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. All right, so we have been uninstalling this. We have everything out except for this bottom ear right here, and then the top bolts for the top hat. Those are the last bolts we have to uninstall. But it's going pretty smoothly. First thing we did was, what did we do?
First thing we did
top
was
of the sway bar end link.
Yep.
Took that out and then disconnected it from the sway bar, like we said. Make sure you're turning it the right way, because we were not. And when I say we, I mean me.
Always remember righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Yes. So right here, you can come to this side of me.
Yeah.
What's going to end up going here in these mounting points, that is this tab right here, right? And we said that we had to take this, the wheel speed sensor off of this tab before we uninstall. And this bottom clip, you can access pretty nicely with needle nose pliers from the top. And you just squeeze these two parts and it pulls right out. The top clip, as you can see, it's still installed to the ear because the tabs are at a point where you can't grab it while it's installed. But what you can do is put a flathead screwdriver in this slot and unclip this cylindrical clamp. So then you can unclamp the brake line, and then when we take the coilover out, we can then access this clip to take it out. You want to be really careful with these clips because they are plastic, and if you break it, it's not the end of the world, but you'll have to end up zip tying this on and it'll just look a little ratchet.
Yeah, classic zip tie fix.
Yeah, but if you want to avoid that, you can unclamp that bottom one and then pop open this clamp, take out your cord and then, or your wire, and then we'll take the actual clip out once it's in. This bolt was a 12 millimeter for the brake line. It just comes out from the bottom. And yeah, so we're a couple bolts away from having this out. This is going to be the coil that goes on this side. And we found out that you can adjust the camber when it's in the car. So we'll throw it in at the stock setting. And once it's all the way in and all the way secure, we'll then mess around with the camber.
Live.
We're live?
We are live.
All right, this is very exciting. First coil is in successfully. So one thing we did up here is we set the camber to max camber, which I think these coilovers have -3 or 3.5 at max. So these are max camber right now. We'll see how it fits with our spacers and our wheels, but that's fully set. Everything is fully installed, and we're gonna go ahead and throw on the wheel spacer. So like I said before, these are FactionFab performance wheel spacers. They're 25 millimeters for the front. I got the black one since we have black wheels. A lot of the spacers you find online are either silver or gold or some weird color. I didn't want it to be noticeable that we're running a spacer, so we went with the stealth black. But you can see it goes on like this. And then we have our own set of bolts here that are, what are these, nuts? This is a big old sack of nuts.
Brakes on.
So we're having Tyler hold the brake because since the wheel isn't on, there's no way to get, have the hub stay still while we tighten these down to spec. It says right on the spacer to torque them to OE spec, so we're gonna torque these down to 90 foot-pounds of torque. If you are installing spacers and you do not have a torque wrench, that is not an out to not torque them. That means you have to go buy one.
Yep.
Because this is very serious, especially when you're stacking a spacer.
Yes.
You want to make sure everything is torqued to spec.
Especially if you're just, well, not only going to drive your car at all, but drive it hard.
Right.
Crank them tight, boys. Crank them tight. Just mode.
So ladies and gentlemen, you could say that we are fully torqued.
All right, so that bottom piece. Got it.
Yeah, you'll kind of feel it. And then watch the paint. And you just installed your first coilover.
Let's go.
Camera's rolling, show it.
How about this, baby? Great success. Let's go, baby.
All right, fronts are set.
Yep, so we just obviously finished up the front. Honestly,
inches.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of looks bigger than 5 inches.
Right, 5 inches is plenty.
I'm almost starting to wonder if we're really gonna even adjust the fronts at all. Not at all, but like.
I'm curious to see how it
I
mean? Yeah, no, I'm curious
Because that's probably like what, 3 inches? If that's 5 though, that's probably 3 inches right there, and that's in the air. So, with that being said, are you good? Is it rubbing? There you go. Just give a little kickaroo sometimes and you're good.
And then for safety, Tyler?
Yes, sir. For safety. We are safe, guys.
We are safe, boys. All right, let's see what's going on in here.
So let's get a deep dive.
Okay, so we're probably gonna drop this entire lower control arm.
As in unbolt it?
Yeah, this is gonna have to come out.
So,
actually, does it?
how does that come out?
It might not even. So we're gonna, on the inside of the trunk, we're gonna have to pull up the carpet. Mm-hmm. There's 2 bolts up here. We're gonna unbolt this one.
Okay.
And then we'll see where we're at. So for the back coils, you have to access the top mount, or the top of the coilover. The bolts are under these fender liners, or I'm sorry, the trunk liners. So we are going to get all of this uninstalled so then we have access to those bolts. Sussy baka, dude.
Sussy baka. Evan, why are you leaning on your car like that? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing, mechanic man?
What are you doing, Seb? Let's get that out.
Cut. And don't need that.
Look at that. That's at least half a pound of savings right there.
Dang. So I believe those are the 2 bolts we need right there.
This is going to go fast, bro.
Yeah, I think this
It's those 2 and 3 on the bottom. That's it.
There we go. But it does look very straightforward, actually. So like you said, it's really just a couple bolts. It's I don't know if you can kind of see those bolts that we're talking about. Bing, bing.
Bada bing bing. So it's this bolt. The rear, all it is this bolt, this bolt, this bolt. It's your end link, your coilover, and your hub. And then the 2 up top that we just exposed, and that's it.
Let's go. Cake.
What time is it?
It is.
I'll check. So we're about to put in the first one. We're not going to rush through this.
Nope.
12:40, and we're going to start right now.
So let's go. Let's see what we can do. We'll catch you guys on the next one. So we're putting. So first assembly is out.
There was a little bit of a hiccup, but you just kind of got to pound the bolts out.
Yeah, it's not even really a hiccup.
I can't see.
That is the main hole, yep.
You're going to have to guide me because I can't see shit.
Yeah, hang on. Shit. Yeah. Yep, you're good. Just keep it exactly where you are right now.
Guys, the backs are way easier.
10 times easier.
If we haven't been talking through this as much, it's because we've been trying to figure it out, but I can guarantee you, or reassure you at least, if you're wondering if you can do this install, definitely tackle it. This is one that...
Easy money, don't pay a shop to do this.
You can crank it in.
All right.
Yeah, no, this one, even for a beginner, this one is a good one to start. It's big payoff, but it's really not that hard. It's just like adult Legos.
Yeah.
Be patient with it. You gotta remember to be patient.
Let me try this one more. Yep.
So I'm helping myself line up the hole using the screwdriver. Hopefully.
Just feed the bolt through. Hell yeah.
We're gonna use a little. Okay, too much persuasion.
Which way you need it? Lower,
Jack it up
higher?
a little.
Right, all right.
So the first coil right in here is done. I set it to as max of a height as I could. You can see it right there. I set it to as tall as I possibly could, but it was still 2 inches shorter than the stock. So
he's already dropping it 2 inches.
Yeah, so we know we're dropping it already. So put it in there, and then the lighting's bad, but tighten these boys down, and should be good. So we're gonna throw the wheel spacer on right now. These are, again, reminder, the rear, we are going with a 20 millimeter spacer. And yeah.
20s.
20s.
The animal. Click, click.
Oh.
And there we go. All right. So
Shall we throw the wheel on? Let's throw the wheel on.
I think we should. Let's roll this bad boy in, see what we can get.
Okay. Let's see. Oh my God. I need to clean my car. Don't even tell me that because I know.
Let's not talk about that. Both our cars are.
It's been raining a lot in North Carolina lately.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Dude. Those are gonna be low.
That is, I am worried about rubbing now because that is fucking.
Definitely wide too, dude. You're definitely.
Play camera.
Yeah, let me see if I
Oh my God,
yes,
bro.
Do you see how wide you are now?
Oh, I hope we don't rub.
I don't know.
Holy shit.
You are very, very low right now. So, all right, first of all, you can kind of see how fat they are.
I think this spacer setup is going to be perfect.
On Evans. I mean, all right, guys, just give you a time reference. It's now 1:22, and we have the tire off. We're starting the second rear coilover assembly. This one should, let's see if we can do this in record time. Cake. Just get yourself a flathead and a hammer or a mallet. Let's go. And that's what it takes to get it done.
What?
Are you sure you don't want to try and jack the control arm?
No.
All the way up underneath the car? All right. All right, so I believe this one goes here. Yep. Dude, you are cruising through this right now.
If you guys have a GR86 or BRZ and you need coils installed, just let us know.
Hit us up.
We just did this coil install in 15 minutes.
Yep. And I mean, we didn't really start taking apart the car until about, what would you say, 10:30-ish probably? Holy, you are a widey boy. Dude, I don't know why, but this one just looks so much wider for some reason. I think it's just the lighting, but is that not wide as shit, dude? Like, am I tripping or what?
That is super
You can definitely
wide.
see the camber, though. I see the camber. Dude.
Oh my God.
Boys, this is gonna look good.
All right, so the wheel gap, what we're gonna do now is we're going to measure. Oh my God, dude, that's already lower. 100%.
Yeah, no, it's definitely already settled a little bit. I mean, compared to that side, yes. I mean,
no, we're going down. How much is the question?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so we'll just measure how much we want to go down and then measure that on the car.
Yep, I'm good with that. All right, guys, heading out. First test drive. Got the coils in.
Oh my God.
Evan's nervous. I'm nervous.
I am nervous, and I'm so excited because if we don't rub, the fitment is fucking perfect.
It's mint. It literally could not have been better. We were sitting there debating off camera, like, oh, should we go another 1/4 inch? Should we go another 1/2 inch? And let's just say we're definitely glad that we did not do that because there's no way that would have worked.
Listen for the rub. Wow, my is
I
right
think
now.
we're definitely tighter too because you can definitely feel.
I hit this bump on purpose.
Oh. What was that in the rear? I think you rubbed in the rear.
Did I?
I don't know. What was that? I can't tell, dude.
I can't tell if it's just stiffer or...
That's what I'm saying. I can't tell if you're like, it's a suspension or if you hit the top of the wheel well.
All right, first accel. All right, no initial rub. Okay.
Honestly, it's sounding.
Oh my God,
bro,
that is so much tighter.
Oh my God, dude, it's like a roller coaster, dude.
This thing is on a string.
Dude, that's crazy. Guys, this video does not do it justice how aggressive your handling is right now.
Dude, that's so responsive. Like,
no, it is.
Look at the mini, like I'm barely turning the wheel and that's how much
it almost feels like you have like no power steering. Like that's how responsive it, dude. Now I'm 10.
Oh.
What was that? I don't think that was rubbed though.
I don't know.
I think you're not bottoming out. I think that's just a suspension. Are you hitting the bump stop?
Let's check. Okay, so we're back to wrap up the coil video. A lot has happened in the
span of what would you say?
A week.
Yeah.
So last time we installed it and we went for a test drive and there was like some rattles and a big clunk in the back whenever I hit big bumps.
I think it was the back right that was the clunk.
It was the back right
honestly.
that was the big factor, but there was also some rattles in the rear.
Yep.
And I tried to like increase the preload to fix it. I tried to uninstall the coil and make sure it was all set. In the process, I torqued my bolt to 120 foot-pounds and sheared the bolt, so I had to go find another bolt. Yada, yada, yada. Turns out the Silver's Neomax Coilovers, when they first released coils for the Gen 2, they still use the geometry for Gen 1. And the damper had 1 inch less of travel, and the spring rate was 2K less than what it was supposed to be. So I reached out to Silver's. They sent me replacements for the springs and the dampers for 60 bucks. The dampers were free. I paid for the springs. Took everything apart, threw them back in, and this time when we threw them back in, we tightened everything down under load.
Yeah, that was a huge key.
Huge key, and we just went for a drive, and it is perfect now.
It's mint. It feels so. It's honestly, I feel like not only is it more comfortable, but I don't know how, like you said,
it just feels solid.
It just
feels factory.
Yeah, it feels like it's supposed to be. So.
Right. And it was something that I was like really, I don't know, it just felt like it was incomplete, and now it's like totally wrapped up. If you have Silver's, customer service is awesome, and if you have that same problem, reach out to them. They'll fix it for you, no questions asked. But, I mean, we dialed it in. I think we have a 1 finger gap in the back, 2 in the front, so we can still corner and handle well.
There's no difference in ride height between, like, what we did today and what we did before. Like,
which we didn't really show them, so let's...
It looks the same, honestly.
I'm going to end this clip and just go around and show the fitment. This is the fitment we settled on for the front. Tyler, you want to finger that gap?
Let me figure your gap for you. So we got 2 fingers.
Little
right
2-finger guy in the front, which we like to see.
It looks really good.
The 25 mil spacers and -3 camber looks like...
The back looks so beefy, especially from the rear. If you see a rear shot, it looks, honestly, it looks very wide. not gonna lie.
Yeah, so that is the fitment in the back and the front. Then we go to the back. I was okay with putting this a little bit lower than the front. So go ahead, Tyler. This should be a...
I can barely, yeah, I can't fit.
This will settle too because we just finished the back.
You can only do it at an angle.
Do a 1.
It's really like 1.5 fingers.
And it'll settle to a 1 finger gap. And then if you look at it from the back, this is 20 mil spacers on the back. And it really just looks so good.
So nice, honestly. It's such a clean car.
I would recommend these coils to anyone. If you ever have problems with the coils, customer service is awesome. Install was great. This wraps up a very successful install. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. This was probably one of our better videos. It all went in, we had some issues, we fixed the issues, and now we have a stock feeling, a little stiffer than stock, especially if you go all the way up to the full dampening setting. And it's just everything I was hoping it would be. So thank you guys for watching, and catch you next time. Peace.